This is really exciting.
There we go. We're live.
We're on live, folks.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? We're live. We're not doing music right now. We're going very cold turkey here. We're doing like what do they call a cold opening. So we're going to talk about things. But I tell you, I'm glad you guys all made it for the entire for the show here. We got a lot of guests. Got a lot of stuff. We're going to have a mystery guest a little later on. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. Anyway, please welcome for the beautiful up night. Wait a minute. What's that? Oh, it's the off night. There we go. It's the off night. There we go. It's only been 2 years.
It's 2?
4 years, folks.
Yeah, you've been with me 3 years.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
It's 20. You started in 20. What? You started what? September, October,
So,
August.
yeah.
You started
August.
August of 2020. It's now July of 2023. Next month, 3 years.
Yeah.
It's the off night.
It's
always
the off
been
night.
the off.
It's the off night. But we're geared up for the off night. Okay, and your host will be helping you. Your host and MC right here is Mark Sweetman.
Thank you very much.
Round of applause, folks.
That's
Yeah.
me. I've got the third one.
Third one, what?
I'm trying to keep this thing propped up because I don't know how to do it machine-wise, so I have to do it mechanically like this. All right.
You need a magazine or a book.
I don't know what I need here. All right. Here's what's going to happen. I am trying to figure out an iPad, which I've never had before. Oh, that'll work. Right there. All right.
That's good.
And I'm trying to get Susan a link so she can read her poem.
But he didn't. I'll get you help for that.
It's
Ron.
marriage.
Honest,
Okay.
honest to God. All
It's
right.
marriage.
All right, hold on. I just got it. What I'm doing right now is I'm going into my phone, and the same way I send you guys a link, I'm now going to send it to Susan on her phone because she doesn't have Facebook on her phone, so I've got to send it this way. Copying it, pasting it, put her in a message because
He could have given it to me hours ago.
which I did using Facebook Messenger, like I send to everybody else. But I forgot it doesn't have.
Susan, looks
She doesn't
like
have
I'm
Facebook on her
losing.
What's Sam? What is
Sam
Sam singing?
He's singing. Susan, do you have to be confusing?
Oh, I like that.
No
from-
other
You're making
girl
that up.
could ever take the place of you. Dip, whip, whip, wow.
Very nice.
You're the girl for me, and
That's
you'll
almost as-
always be thinking of you. Girl, I love you. I love you.
Sam, that's almost as good as Susan's newest hit, "I'm Not Dry." So, not quite.
Holy
Susan's
guacamole.
"I'm Not Dry." Susan's "I'm Not Dry" is way
no,
funnier.
No. That you're already messing up the lyrics.
Oh, am I?
Oh, really?
All right. I just sent you on your phone the link to the
This,
stream.
this moment in spousal correction is brought to you by.
Ah, yes.
All right. Okay, Jason. All right. For the rest of you that are watching this and tuning in for off night fun and frivolity, Jason gave me a new iPad, and the camera on it is great. So far, it looks like the old system I have. I haven't had any lost connections. Here's the problem: the camera is here. I'm pointing to it right now. The screen that I'm looking at is here. So if I look at the screen to see all you guys, I don't see the camera.
Ah,
If I look at the camera, I'm not looking at the screen.
I see.
Are we good?
We have to adjust.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
It's called.
Guess who else? I'm going to put him up. Ned Rice is here too.
Ned
Yay!
Rice.
There we go. All right. Now,
There's
Susan.
Ned.
Now, hold on. Let me get Susan on here, which is going to mean I'm going to have to mute one of us, me. I'm going to have to mute me so that we can't hear her anymore. Okay, so let me bring on Susan. I'm going to do it here. Okay. All right. Oh, shoot. Yeah. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. I think I brought her down. Now I'm going to put her on.
Oh, so she has. Oh, I see. She has to move away.
So, okay, here we go. All right. Now Susan can give her poem.
No, I can't. It's over there.
There you go.
Susan, her poem. It's over there. Okay.
It's the comedy of errors. Okay, here we go.
Our kitchen doesn't look that bad. I thought it was going to look worse than that.
That's
You
the
want
worst
my
poem I've
or
ever
you're gonna
heard.
Keep stepping
Oh,
on
I'm
my
sorry.
line.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Your poem.
Kevin Spacey's sexual assault trial is still going on. Elton John testified today. Hope he's not a pawn. The Writers Guild of America went on strike in May. SAG-AFTRA now joins the Risks and Benefits Way. Don't forget, they are joined by motion picture and television producers. Writers make us think they are awesome thought inducers. Novak Djokovic's winning streak now ends with a sigh. Carlos Alcaraz is the new Wimbledon champion guy. And I'm sorry I slaughtered Novak's name.
Djokovic.
But he had like 34 streak before he got beat. So he has nothing to be ashamed of. That's the poem.
No, he's won 23 majors. He's great.
All right, super. Oh, yeah. How about that? I like this because she logged herself out and it goes back to me. I didn't realize.
Nice.
I didn't have to do a thing on that one. See, the more we can do that we don't have to do, the better it is for me.
Excellent.
All right, let's bring everybody back out here. I think all I have to do is hit the exit solo layout, and then we're going to add Ned.
Look
Hello,
at you.
my friend. Oh, and
Yay.
Andy is at my house, so let me move the camera
It's okay.
because Andy is actually with me here, so that when
That
my
room is
sound goes out, it
freezing.
goes out for two people, not just me.
Enjoy.
There we go.
Andy,
Every
that's
at the same
inappropriate.
time.
Enjoy. Hi, Ned.
Hi, Lisa.
Turn it down so that we didn't want Susan to reverberate there. Okay. All right.
Maybe I want Susan to reverberate.
Reverberate.
I don't know. So I've got a new piece of equipment. I've got my
And a
sidekick.
Do you
computer.
now?
My sidekick is actually next to me here,
Hey, how you doing, folks?
dueling Santas.
That's your new piece of equipment, Andy?
Ho, ho, ho.
Andy's not my new piece of equipment. No.
No.
You know the iPad that you got from Jason?
Yes, I do.
He sent me one too.
Where's mine?
And a keyboard.
Oh, and a keyboard, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
What did I get?
yeah. When does Ned get something?
Well, he needs to go to the doctor to get a blood test real quick first. I mean, he might have something already. Just saying, Ned. Don't worry about it. I mean,
I'm not sure what he means.
I don't know. I don't know. What he means.
Jason,
I know you
you're
don't.
young, you're bright. Why do you work blue?
I don't.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
Ned, thank you. Right on the nail there, guy. All
Oh
right.
my God! I've become.
Jason cannot. He cannot not work. Call it blue. Call it
Blue.
whatever you want.
Okay.
That is just Jason. He has to do that.
Well,
I'm
you know, we
sorry.
call it blue, but Jason just calls it home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jason,
right.
Jason and I used to do duets where I would pick a song that would go with his material. And the worse his material, the more pure and honest the song was. I was singing Pat Boone shit and stuff like that.
God.
While he was talking about patronizing adult bookstores on 4th Street.
With glory holes. Now you guys don't know what glory holes is. That's right, Sam. You don't know.
No, not me, mister. Please tell me.
Look at his
Lisa,
shirt.
You might not want to hear this, but it involved a very low budget projection booth, and sometimes there'd be a hole cut between the two booths, and then men could talk Latin to each other.
You know I live in New York City, right?
Oh wow, there was a
Where they-
projection booth.
Well,
Well,
Pretty
there was an ejection booth, so to speak. So.
yeah.
There is
Suddenly the lyric "If you get lost between the moon and New York
You know,
City"
they would-
suddenly
they
has
would
a new
let-
meaning. You know?
They
Yeah.
would let you watch it for free if you promised to Windex it after you left.
How romantic.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
A
Everything's
week from
sexual
today, I'm
window.
having cataract surgery, so hopefully
But
I'll be okay.
that's next week, right?
Yeah, next Monday.
I've had my eye sliced before. It's not that big of a deal.
God.
They know what they're doing. You know.
No, let me.
Sam, you're getting the other kind of eye job.
Wow. Is that what's in my eye? The only thing that's the reason I'm worried about it, there's no reason. The guy's a great doctor, but my father had a eye surgery when I was like 5 years old, and the doctor slipped, and my father lost a third of his sight.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
So that, and I know this won't happen. I know it's a 10-minute procedure, you know,
You keep telling yourself.
kind
Yeah.
of like a honeymoon.
Sam,
But what?
how could you lose a third? You have two eyes. That's an improper fraction.
Instead of being 20/20, it was 20/50.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
His-
that wasn't a real doctor, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No.
that's-
Oh, that's
Basically-
why he was. Oh, see, that's why he was at a 7-Eleven.
That's
Oh,
oh, sure, it's cheaper.
yeah,
Ah,
and he
but you
kept
get
saying,
what you
you
pay
know,
for.
and my father kept saying, doctor said, no, it's okay, forget, don't. So you know,
All right. So, what do we want to do tonight? Do we want to save the world? Do we want to talk about this show?
I want to say
Well-
one thing, and then we can say whatever we want. But I'm dying to say this. Robert Kennedy Jr. said that certain chemicals in water will make your son gay. And I want to meet the people who heard that and went, "Yeah, I'm voting for him."
I want to find out what those chemicals are.
I want to know why. I want to know why my parents had 6 boys and only one of us turned out gay.
Yeah.
We all drank the
Statistically,
same
you're
water.
ahead of the game on that one, Mark.
So far as you know.
Where's Lee Harvey?
Was he the youngest?
He was.
Okay.
Where's
So
Lee
Oh, no,
Harvey
no, 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 I
Oswald
take that
when you
back.
need him?
He was the youngest. What's that?
Where's Lee Harvey Oswald when you need him?
Oh my God.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Too soon?
So let me ask a question.
No,
So
but you know,
was
he went
the
to
brother
see
that went
Sirhan.
gay. Was he the youngest brother?
Yes.
He
Okay.
went to see
The reason that
Sirhan in
happens
jail.
in the uterus, after the first 4, the uterus has less of the gene for men. It actually lays out more genes for women.
I thought
That's
Uterus
fine.
was a Greek philosopher.
That's bullshit.
That's science.
Oh, we're gonna say that. I hate when people say that science because they're always idiots.
Science.
Oh, stab me in the
Boys
heart.
from their dad, not their mom's uterus.
That's science. It reminds me of, remember Mr. Science on public radio? They used to love when they did that on the morning edition.
I miss Mr.
I'm-
Wizard.
Mr.
Well, that's
Science.
where you got it from. I got it from the the Friday afternoon science thing. So
Mr. Wizard was my grinder handle for many years.
that's what I'm saying.
What was his real name?
You X and your dad gives you X or Y.
What I'm saying is it has to do with how many kids came through the uterus. So that's
Well,
You have to be closer than 50 feet if you're going to comment, sir.
Well, Ethel Kennedy had 11 children.
Okay.
He did.
That's
They
the
were
funniest thing.
11.
Our room is
And the one who got Robert Jr. is this guy? Yeah.
oh yeah. So This American Life did a whole piece on Florida, and they're actually opening up medical places that are gearing towards non-vaccinated people. And the whole thing is about non-vaccinations,
Great.
supported by Santos. Where is it?
Great. I'm glad it's a peninsula. It'll be easier to cut them off.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Why do I subject myself to this every Monday? My God!
Did you guys
You're weird,
hear
Jason.
did you guys hear that the insurance companies now are starting to get out of Florida because they're afraid they're not going to be able to insure all the natural disasters they have down there?
Wow.
In my
That's
day, we
also
just
happened
called
in,
that
uh,
DeSantis.
It's also happened in California because of the wildfires. Allstate and State Farm have both stopped writing home insurance in California
Yeah.
because of the fires.
Okay, guys, I'm going to change the subject here. We're putting this out there. It's pressing. Joey Bishop, was he a worthy successor to Carson, or did he get gypped out of that seat? Go.
Joey
He was
Bishop.
he was dead before Carson retired. Joey Bishop was dead before Carson retired.
He's like the old Dangerfield joke. He retired and no one knew.
Yeah. Exactly. You're tired. No,
Joey Bishop
If
had
I
one.
remember correctly, Joey Bishop went over to ABC and then Dick Cavett took over.
I know what you're going to say, Ned.
His one great line.
I know what you're going to say.
wanted to show up.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please.
Well, I've used it myself. Joey Bishop was doing a roast or some kind of appearance, and he was the MC. And in the middle of his set, Marilyn Monroe made her entrance wearing a very slinky gown, and there were spotlights on her, and the crowd, there was a hush over the crowd. It was an incredible entrance. And Joey Bishop waited long enough for the excitement to...
Till she sat down.
Yes. And he turned to her and said, I thought I told you to wait in the truck.
Oh.
Best line ever.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good.
Lisa, Joey Bishop is a comedian who died centuries ago, shortly after the invention of the chisel.
I went to high school with him.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm going to be the official old person interpreter. I've
Okay.
given myself
Someone's taking my gig.
the mantle here.
Well,
Yeah.
you know the great Shecky Green line, right? About Sinatra.
No.
No, what?
He says, a lot of people say Sinatra's a heartless guy. Let me tell you something. Frank Sinatra saved my life.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
I was getting the shit beaten out of me in a parking lot in Vegas, and it was Frank Sinatra who said, all right, that's enough.
Yeah. Let him up. That's enough. There you go.
I think
Okay.
Lisa should pick our next topic.
I don't know.
Come on.
Come on. put
Okay,
some out there,
Lisa, Bauhaus, Bela Lugosi's dead. The first recording is actually over 9 minutes long and supposedly taken in one take. Absolute brilliance or a bit of genius, or a bit of overproduction. What do you say?
I say a bit of genius.
Me too. How about
I didn't hear.
Sleepback,
I'm sorry, I
Nemesis?
didn't hear the.
I don't know.
I didn't hear the posing of the question.
Well, it had to do with a late 1970s, early 1980s art rock, sort of proto-goth band doing a song about the death of Bela Lugosi that you'd only hear on late night FM radio if you were in Ann Arbor or thereabouts and you'd taken a shit ton of acid.
Do you have anything more obscure than that, Jason? Anything at all?
Yeah. Laurie Anderson.
We'll give you a
Oh,
few seconds.
Superman.
We'll give you a few seconds.
You know, the lead singer from Bauhaus doesn't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I just
okay.
found out that Ava Gabor and Zsa Gabor are Jewish.
What?
Yep.
They're everywhere.
Hungarian Jews. Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, darling.
If you keep it up, you're going to let them take over banking too. If that keeps on going on, my
Well,
God.
no, just the banking conspiracy. That's all we care about.
Well, you heard the old joke, the old joke about the one.
I heard about
Jew-
the old Jew also. But
who comes out and finds his brother reading Der Stürmer. He's going, what are you doing reading that? He goes, oh, what are you kidding? It's amazing. According to this, we're in charge of the media. We're in charge of banking. We're running the world. This is fantastic.
True story.
Okay.
Didn't
All right.
Kennedy Jr. also say something about Jews and
Yes.
Well,
he
he said that he's read a study online that the virus was engineered to affect white people? No, I'm sorry, Negroes and Ashkenazi Jews would be excluded from the people. It was designed pretty much to kill white folks and Negroes, according to a study he's read online. That study is out there.
and we're not
So
done.
he's back
God
on
damn.
heroin, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why he stopped shooting up. I mean, seriously,
Well, that was his brother, but whatever.
it wasn't him.
No, wasn't it his brother who died several years ago in the
No,
hotel room?
Robert Kennedy Jr. was a junkie for a long time.
Yeah, his
Okay.
brother Max
That's
died
why
in
he
a
talked like that.
his brother Max died in a skiing accident.
Yes.
Oh, was he with Sonny Bono? They go on a ski vacation together, or
Sonny Bono. Oh God.
Lisa? Sonny Bono was married to Cher. He was
Yes, I'm aware.
Wow.
an entertainer.
Wow. We're still in the
And he became,
about jokes
became
in
a
the
con- he
70s?
became a congressman.
How
And
about
when he
the
died,
disease, huh?
when he died, his wife took his place.
That's right.
Not Cher, but his second wife.
No. Cher was too busy and successful to be bothered with Congress. To be fair to Cher, she was probably in between Greg Allman and what other husband. I'm hoping.
Do you know that Sonny Bono dated John Lennon's widow for a while?
Yoko or the
Then
other?
Phil-
She didn't want to be known as Yoko Bono. So,
Oh,
man, they broke up.
Oh.
Come on.
That-
Okay, who died?
You know, it's amazing.
I believe
That
I
Joey
believe-
did.
Sonny Bono dated the only person who sang shittier than him.
Wow.
Oh.
That would have made a great pair.
Wow.
Jason,
Oh.
is that making you angry?
Yeah, it's
I'm about to march out of my car right now, right off the
Sonny
edge
and
of
Yoko, the I Dare You concert.
the...
The
God,
what concert?
I Dare You.
No.
I dare you.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Sonny,
Who was the
that
guy? Who was the comic that said if he had aimed a little bit to the left, he'd be a hero today?
Oh.
Who said that? Somebody said that.
Somebody funny.
I don't know, but
Oh.
he's right.
Oh, the Yoko love is
I'm
in
gonna
the
give it-
air
you know what?
tonight.
I'm gonna give it to Richard Belzer. I don't know if he said it or not, but that just sounds
But-
like something he would say when he was emceeing. You know.
From beyond
Or
the
Bobby
grave.
Slayton.
We're gonna have that etched on his tombstone. You know,
That's
so
right.
someone
Well, I
Someone has-
remember when they did the Night of 100 Stars, Steve Allen was hosting it, and he said, you know, if a bomb fell on this building and killed everyone in it, Pia Zadora would be famous.
Hey, look, she was in Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and for that alone,
You
she
bet.
deserves my undying love and respect.
She was in Butterfly.
Yes, she
Mhm,
was.
Jason, there's not a lot of people clamoring for your love and respect. So
Yeah.
No one is clamoring for my love and respect unless I've got a
Exactly.
$20 to $50 bill or a cash app on my phone.
True.
Thank you. None of you people understand that reference,
I'm
which
still
means
trying to
when-
remember what clamoring means.
yeah.
Just give me a minute.
it's a bivalve, a little kind of thing that they
Oh,
dig
that
up out of,
clamor.
It's a
Yeah.
bivalve, shall we say?
yeah, exactly. It's a,
Shall we say?
Ay,
In other words, a shell is never mind.
never mind.
he was a shell of his former self. In fact, if you
I-
hold it to his ear, you can hear the ocean.
Well, I'm just going to go listen to my
The ocean.
my Yoko Ono and Sonny Bono duet. I got you, babe.
That's called I think that's called a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Was it-
With Andy doing Gilbert Godfrey singing backup, which should be priceless.
Gilbert Gottfried is Pavarotti next to Yoko Ono.
Even in his present state, yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear, she's not getting a lot of love tonight. Of course, she could have, I don't know, ended up in a worse position than say the second Mrs. Paul McCartney, Pogo Ono.
You mean grabbing her
Oh.
ankles and saying next?
Grabbing her
Hogo
ankle.
Ono.
You guys are awful.
Hogo
You're
Ono.
awful.
I almost missed that. That's
Ono.
hilarious. Hogo Ono.
That's not mine. I wished I could. I don't know who said it.
Whose
but
is
that's- I have no idea,
You
but
can't
it's
bring
great.
somebody else's. It's okay to give somebody else's line, but you can't bring it without crediting the
You gotta
line.
credit-
All right, it's
If
in
you
that
don't
case,
credit
it's
it,
mine.
please. Or you're Robin Williams. Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
Lisa, you
wow.
look like you're at traffic school. Are you being compelled to be here tonight? Are you allowed to leave?
Confirm or deny.
I'm wondering.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, for other people, we send a message. For her, we kill a goat in the middle of a pentagram.
Oh,
and,
there he
you
is.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Now,
By goat, you don't mean
Hogo
Michael
is a
Jordan, right?
no, different goat.
You know, the more I learn about Michael Jordan, the more I know what an egregious prick he is. God Almighty!
Well,
God, he
you
makes
realize
Jennifer Lopez look like Mother Teresa.
Oh,
his
yeah.
wife,
Lisa, for instance.
He is the worst. He owns restaurants. He is the worst tipper in the history of the world. The only person worse than him is Scottie Pippen, who is such a shitty tipper. His nickname among waitresses in Chicago was No Tippin' Pippen.
there you go.
And when he
wow.
would,
Pippin.
and when he would sit down to eat with people, he would tell them, "Now remember, don't leave a tip. They don't need it." He would
Ah.
actually do that.
Okay.
And
Well, then,
Jordan just, I hate when people say, well, he's like that with people because he has to motivate himself to get ready for the game. Oh, so you have to be a prick. No, stop it. Come on.
well, I know that.
Someone told me there was this huge conspiracy involving him. I just heard this recently, where he sort of retired early from the NBA because they were about to bust him in this gigantic gambling scandal.
I absolutely believe
Yes.
that's true.
Yes.
He's a gambling addict,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they gave him a choice. You can get out for a year, and that's when he played baseball.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely what I heard was that certain people whose noses bend a certain way were looking to hurt him badly.
Mm.
Really?
And so- yeah. Oh yeah. And so
He was in the Art Schleister fan club there. 'Cause,
he was in
Art-
much worse shape than Schleister.
That's saying something.
'Cause he had
Artie
more
had to
money.
go to the FBI.
Well,
You know,
here's the
that's-
thing. Here's the thing about Jordan. I actually know a guy who went to college with Jordan at UNC, and this guy was a really great foosball player.
Was this grad school?
No,
Okay.
no. This
That was a joke.
It was pre-med, and so so Jordan would play this guy in foosball, and the guy would beat him, and he'd say, "Let's keep playing," and he'd beat him, and and Jordan wouldn't let the guy leave. He wouldn't let him leave. So finally, the guy said, "Fuck this. I have to, come on." So he lost the game on purpose, and Jordan went, "See, I fucking beat you, man. I kicked your ass." That's
there
what
you go.
Wow.
and yeah. So, and the guy said his only regret was that he didn't play him for money.
Yeah. That would have been better.
Yeah. Well, and Jordan's father died under rather mysterious circumstances.
He was shot to death by two thugs while he was taking a nap on the highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't mysterious. It wasn't mysterious. He pulled over to take a nap, and
Right.
these two idiots
I do that all
killed
the
him.
time.
And these two guys killed him.
It was my understanding it had something to do with his gambling, but again, I
Yeah.
cannot,
I think
I
it was
cannot
gambling.
verify that.
No, these two guys were like 19 and 21 years old. No.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
You know
Well,
what? I
we-
like to take a nap when I'm driving. It's so relaxing.
If you can't take a nap while you're driving, what's the point?
I know exactly.
That's why we're developing autonomous cars.
That's right. I think it was Jordan's mother who said a real man wouldn't have to pull over.
Ooh.
What's that? By the way, there was a joke a friend of mine told, and it made me stop being his friend. He said, "How do you get Jordan to stop playing baseball? Kill his mother."
Oh.
Fun stuff.
Brutal.
Hey, you don't mind if I use that next week at the Unclub?
Yeah, you want to open with
I
that.
want you to close with it.
Yeah, the kids
Well,
love those Michael Jordan jokes nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They'll know exactly
Michael
what I'm
Jordan,
talking about.
Sonny Bono, you'll have them right in the palm of your hands. There you go.
Well,
We had more civilians than comics last night for the first time in a while.
It was
Well,
incredible. Oh my god.
yes, it
Was
was.
it fun, Lisa?
Oh, it's so fun. It was so fun.
Oh, that's good.
And again, when I make references that the kids understand, immediately you assume I'm on an FBI watch list, and then when I make other references, you guys, because I am dating myself, so to speak. But there you go.
Well, at least
You
you're
know
dating.
that place in I think Mark knows this place in Oxford, Ohio, Ozzy's Balcony.
Sure do.
Okay, this is when I knew I had to change my material. It was 1984, and I did a Nixon joke, and a guy in the audience went, "Nixon."
Oh,
And here's the thing: it was Nixon. No,
Did you mean Cynthia Nixon?
huh?
Did you mean Cynthia Nixon of?
No, it was
Sex and the
Marnie
City
Nixon.
fame?
It was Marnie Nixon, actually.
Ah, okay, that's even better. I love her.
You did a Nixon.
Oh God. Yeah, I was part of that Jerry Lee Lewis "Honey, Don't Go Near the Pool" tour.
I went with William Shatner.
About to say, did
Oh,
Shatner-
man.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
know
read
the-
his
you
book,
know the Shatner
Brown
story?
Schnown.
yeah, the pool.
You know,
wife died in
the
the
Shatner
pool.
story was he was married to a very young woman and she got shit-faced drunk every day. And to sober herself up, when she saw his car coming down Mulholland or whatever, she would dive in the pool. And that one time she miscalculated.
Oh dear.
Ended up drowning.
Wow.
Well, when you have to wake up next to Bill Shatner every day,
Tell me
I don't
about
know.
it. I mean, yeah, sure.
Bobby Slayton told the joke. He said, "Let me get this right." He said, what was his name? Phil
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman's wife killed him, killed herself, and left their kids as orphans. I thought my wife was a bitch.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've never heard anything but
we've
good
taken
things
a turn
about Phil
towards the dark.
Hartman.
You never heard what?
I've never heard anything but nice things about Phil Hartman, so
Phil Hartman married a woman who wanted to be in motion pictures, and she wasn't talented.
Yep.
Well, that
He
doesn't
wasn't
stop you.
talented, and he tolerated it as long as he could. And I'll tell you something. We all may have heard what a wonderful guy he was. We weren't married to him,
No.
and that's a whole other dynamic.
But going on an extended coke binge and blowing him away in
she
his
was
sleep
also a
might be
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
a
absolutely.
little.
But see, here's the thing. This is what I think. If you know your wife is a cokehead, and you know that she has all the temperament that goes with that, leave. Pack your shit, get the kids, and leave.
Well, nowadays
you know it's going to go bad. You know it is.
Nowadays
So
you could
it was
spike
his
it with
fault?
fentanyl and then the problem. But
Yeah, but
back
this was
then,
15 years ago, 20 years ago.
exactly. I mean, we didn't.
It was in
have,
90. It was in 95, wasn't it?
Yeah.
19 or 18.
Yeah.
98.
98.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Lisa.
Lisa, you were in kindergarten when that happened, first grade.
So it was a
No,
quarter century
no,
ago.
I was fourth grade.
There
grade.
you go.
Wow.
What were you wearing to
Yeah,
school
me
that
too.
day?
Did you guys all get the day off
Oh
school?
no!
Jeez.
I wish.
Jesus,
No.
Mark.
Did they send
I'd
you
like
home
to
early from school?
Jesus, Jason.
I wish they did, but
I
no.
went
We're
to
trying to
sleep
get an
last
audience,
night.
Jason, not arrested. Come on.
Oh, I went to sleep last night listening to a Larry Nasser documentary that was 4 hours long.
Oh.
And
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. It's on YouTube. It's 4 hours of his interrogation, and it's the most disturbing thing I've ever exposed myself to, and I'm not kidding. It is absolutely unnerving.
What a creep.
I watched the shooters.
More unnerving than Alan Bursky?
Yeah. No, I'm dead serious, man. Listening to this guy.
You got that bullet against your.
Well, you just give it to me straight there, Doc. Just give it to me straight.
Well, I'm trying
The thing about it, Mark, the thing about it is,
right against your nerve. I can't
if
get
you-
it out.
as soon as you said, Nasser, I went, oh, okay, yeah, Larry, I'd watch it. As soon as you said 4 hours, check, please. No, no.
Yeah.
I know.
no.
I have attention span of a flea. No, there's 4 hours. Although I do want to meet the guy who stabbed him 10 times.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he can have dinner with the guy who killed Jeffrey Dahmer, because that would be an interesting dinner conversation.
How do
Actually,
you know it
we're
was a guy?
assuming that one guy stabbed him.
yeah.
Right.
It might have been more than one.
Well, I can split a tab 3 ways. I think
I
we
told
can
you
work
the
that
story
out.
about when he got sentenced by the judge, right?
Oh yes.
Where the women,
Oh.
all these women read their, victim statements, and the
Oh, yeah.
judge was going to sentence them to 35 years in jail. And he says, "Do you have anything to say?" And he goes, "Yes, I'll tell you, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." She made it 175 years.
Oh my
Well,
God.
yeah, and he sat there for 3 days while women testified, and he just absolutely squirmed and he deserved every little bit of it.
Well, he
That-
squirmed because he was getting off on it. That's why he squirmed.
Well,
What
yeah,
a
he
bizarre
was.
thing to say.
Well, I just at a certain point, maybe you just own it. You're done. Put a fork in you, turn you over. You're well. You're done.
If you know you're going to jail for the rest of your life, and a woman
fuck it.
releases a victim statement, why didn't you just say something like, and you're saying that to say what?
Yeah. Well, at least Larry Nasser did get, a little better medical treatment than Richard Speck, who I understand was resuscitated by a nurse with a toilet plunger. Sorry, I'm stealing an old Dennis Miller line. I can't help myself.
Nice.
I thought
But
all
at
his
least-
lines were
But
old
thank you for
lines.
the accreditation.
There you
Thank
go.
At least I had the reference.
Credited the line to the author. Thank you very much. Appreciate
See,
it.
Yeah,
Lisa,
the
Richard
Larry
Speck was a
Nasser
guy
line.
who killed a bunch of Filipino nurses.
8 of them.
And then he had the temerity to make a video. But pre-internet, he went viral with a videotape shot in an Illinois prison.
Smoking dope with another guy.
He had grown boobs. I
Yep.
don't know exactly how. and he's in front of a pile of what appears to be cocaine. They claim it was to be cocaine, and then proceeded to have group sex on this video for about an hour.
How can you turn your head away from that?
All right, now, hold on. Just to give us some balance here, I also this weekend watched again for probably the 100th time Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, yeah.
And his crime was cutting off the tops of parking meters.
Got 2 years for that.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
a great movie.
Yeah,
Right.
and the worst part of Cool Hand Luke is if any one of my sons walks into the room, I will not allow them to leave the room until that film finishes.
Yes.
Yep. You cannot watch 5 minutes of that movie.
No, you can't. And the thing is, after I've made them sit there and watch it, then they'll say, "All right, I get why you made me do it, Dad. Don't do that again."
Lalo Schifrin with that
They
amazing
understand,
score.
They just don't appreciate it. So
Yeah.
You would, in effect, you would prison them. In your
I'm
living
prison.
room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I put them in the box.
George
Right.
Kennedy
Again,
won
in
an Oscar for that movie.
Because
Yeah, that was
sometimes
his
they
second
really-
role.
Spend the night in the box.
Yeah, Night in the Box.
We're not
Hey,
gonna
I
have
did-
trouble with you,
I
are we?
did have a
If
question
you get
for you.
if you get handsy, night in the box.
Night
What,
in the
what we
box.
have here is a failure.
Full bottle of pop.
To communicate.
Gets bear
You
clawed.
see the way
Schroeder
some men
Martin.
want it, so they get it. Look at Luke.
That's the way he wants
Cool
it.
Hand
That's
Luke.
the way he gets it. Man been bear
That's right.
clawed, boss.
Oh, you know what I
University-
saw last week?
What's
Which
that?
I
knows
hadn't
exactly
seen in a
what
long
he's
time
doing.
was One Flew Over the
Amazing
Cuckoo's
movie.
Nest.
Amazing movie. I
Actually,
did have a,
I was very disappointed because the book was so much better.
well,
And I
Cuckoo's
thought
Nest?
Jack Nicholson was miscast.
really.
I didn't buy
Well,
him
who-
at all. As,
who
Well,
would you
you
put
know,
in
in
there?
the who originally wanted to, who owned the rights to the movie,
Kirk
Kirk
Douglas.
Douglas.
and he was too old by that time
Yeah.
to play the part,
Which movie are we talking about?
so they
No,
gave it
One
to
Flew Over the
Nicholson.
Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ken Kesey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Just a note. I got to
Kirk
play
Douglas
Chief
would have
in
been
our
perfect
in our
in
version
his
of the
prime.
play. So
There you
Yeah.
go. The Godfather, which I recently saw just a couple of days ago, and I was just amazed at how good, how well choreographed the opening wedding sequences. And I just want to ask you guys who've actually been in movies or even just around it. Now I know Coppola's not out there telling the extras and what not to do. Who is arranging all that? Because
There's a second. There's a second unit director.
Yeah.
because it's a sophisticated piece of film.
No,
It's-
there's
it's-
a second. The second unit director and the third unit director. They have a conference with the director, and he tells him what he wants, and he's
Right.
usually very specific about it. And then they go carry out his orders. But no,
And
they don't
also
do
for
that,
for
themselves.
that little wedding montage, they
Yes.
may have shot 4, 5, 6 hours of film.
Yeah,
Just
no,
grab
that
a bite here and a bite there.
right. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. You look at
Yeah.
it, and it just looks so good. It looks so real.
Yeah, it's
Everyone
amazing.
is moving, but yet there's camera work in there.
Yeah.
I know it's intercut with dialogue, and his using the Luca Brasi. You know, he said,
Now, don't tell me how it ends. I'm taping it.
Good, good. All I can say
Very
is,
strict about that.
if you go to the toll booth and the guy drops the change, it doesn't end as well as when you're in jail and you drop the soap.
If
Which
he had
I
had
ha-
Easy Pass, he'd be alive today.
Exactly.
Since we're on the topic of The Godfather, have you guys
Yes.
seen The Offer yet?
No.
No.
Oh, you
No.
guys.
Oh, have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Andy and I have seen The
For crying
Offer.
out loud! It's
What
been
is
over
it?
a year. We've told you to watch this thing.
It
Come
is-
How
on.
about not yelling at me,
Tell
okay,
us
pal?
No, if you like, no,
You
you've got to see
bullshit.
The Offer.
What
Now,
is the
you
movie
should see-
about?
You should see The Godfather, the first one anyway.
Of course.
You
It
should see
helps.
that. It helps, but then you need to go watch it's like an 8-episode
It's
series.
8 episodes.
8 episodes. It's great.
Oh,
It'll make you fall
it's a
in love with
series
the movie
about the
industry
movie.
all over again.
I saw Godfather 3, The Apology.
They keep pulling me back.
They keep me pulling.
That's
There's
the
a
only,
great
that's the only good
movie.
thing about Godfather 3 is Pacino's line, "They keep pulling me back." That's
There's
I
a
always,
great
I always
movie in
liked
there.
Andy Garcia when he shoots Joe Montana. Zaza.
There's a great movie in there if someone recuts that, and
Yeah, but-
if they can get Coppola's daughter
With
out
a
of there.
knife.
Yeah,
That's what
No,
that's what
seriously.
Robert Evans said about the first two. He said
Really?
they were unwatchable until he recut them. That's what
Did he
claimed.
recut them, or I
He said
thought,
that in The Kid Stays in the Picture.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause I
that
thought
was a
Coppola
great
had
Evans,
movie.
the
Evans
final.
The
recut
Kid
them?
Stays in the Picture is a great movie.
That's what he
Great
claims.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
Yeah.
That's what he
that.
said.
Robert
Well, I
I
Evans.
don't
mean-
know. I wasn't there.
We know Coppola can go a little overboard. I mean, he's so beautiful in The Conversation, which is a wonderful minimalist
That's a good
film,
movie.
almost compared to Apocalypse Now. which is a great movie. But I mean, it's everything, I mean, thrown at the screen. It's just,
Which Mad Magazine called a crock of shit now.
well,
They did.
Hey, I hate to bring up something that happened in this century.
yeah,
Spoil sport.
Has anyone seen Fleischman is in Trouble?
no.
Oh no, not yet.
It's a good show. It's on Hulu. And
Okay.
It's the actor who was in Social Network. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
Eisenberg.
Yeah.
The series Fleischman is in Trouble.
Yeah. It's very, very good. I'm totally hooked on it. It's really well done. It's
Which
beautiful.
service is it on?
I'm
Hulu?
watching it on Hulu.
All right.
You know, it's interesting when he played Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
People who know Zuckerberg said the only problem with his performance was he wasn't soulless enough.
Well, in
you
Zuckerberg's
had
case,
sympathy for him. Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear Mel Gibson's advice to Jim Caviezel when he was playing Jesus Christ?
No.
Oh,
Did you hear this?
no.
He said,
What?
just be yourself and then take it down a couple notches.
Yeah, I could take it down. Yeah.
Oh, very
yeah.
funny.
Oh, that's
Very funny.
That's very funny.
Yeah, it's kind of on the nose. Yeah, that's
My favorite Mel Gibson line is when they asked him, your father was a Holocaust denier. How do you feel about that? And he said, and I quote, because this is burnished in my cranium, listen, a lot of people were killed in World War II, and some of them were Jews.
Wow.
God. Well, you see, at Pearl Harbor, there were some airplanes, and
Yeah, you see,
That's
he-
a line Mike Pence would be proud of.
yeah,
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Mel, there was no Catholic solution. There's no
No.
Polish solution.
No,
Okay?
right.
You drunk,
no.
you drunk closet case.
Oh my God.
I
know,
saw
that-
Sound of Freedom. Anyone see Sound of Freedom?
I have not seen the movie.
Yeah.
Not
yet.
that
I
funny. Actually, not that funny.
just-
Little disappointing that way.
I know you guys are going to
I
find
saw-
this hard
I
to
saw
believe,
Mission
but trafficking
Impossible.
films are
It
not
was
my
possible.
thing.
Yeah.
What was that, Jason?
Totally plausible.
I
Totally
said, believe
plausible.
it or not, child trafficking films
Mission
really are
Impossible's
not
totally
my
plausible.
thing. Believe
Really
it or
is,
not.
Boy, it's so hard to listen to you both.
Nobody
I
listens to
know.
me
Same
one
time.
iota. Okay.
It's like
fine.
being married again.
All right, I'm going to
Obviously,
allow myself to get yelled at now.
Good. This sounds coming in
I
good.
think that the greatest,
So they can't hear us.
acting performance, the greatest
Was-
acting performance that Tom Hanks ever did, please feel free to tell me I'm a moron, was Road to Perdition.
I
No,
never
Bachelor
saw.
Party.
Oh, that was good. That was a good movie.
Didn't he play the Kellogg magnate or somebody?
No, he played a hitman.
Played a hitman. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of something.
Road to
else.
Perdition.
Road to Perdition.
Yep.
Listen to this.
That
Listen
was
to the
also, I think,
cast.
one of
Tom
Newman's,
Hanks,
one of Newman's
Paul
better
Newman,
performances too.
Stanley Tucci, Jude Law, Daniel Craig. I mean, just
Anybody big in the cast?
that was it.
Wow.
Mary Tyler Moore played a hat. But that movie was
Lisa, Mary Tyler
amazing.
Moore was an actress in
Amazing
the
movie.
70s.
Really,
Yes, so
Just oh god, that's my
Lisa.
favorite Tom Hanks movie.
Lisa, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
I don't know.
That's my
Can you
favorite
name
too.
any?
I
There
don't
we
watch.
go.
Oh, I don't watch
Lisa.
movies that much.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to drag you into this
I don't
conversation.
I know.
No,
I know.
no,
I
Efron,
appreciate you.
Big Road, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How
You
about
know,
Colin
any
Hanks?
movie you want? What's your favorite movie of any time, Lisa?
I don't know. No idea. Why do you ask me these questions? I don't know.
I
should
know
say-
it's being there because that's exactly what the guy said.
Hostel
I don't know.
3. That was
My
Oh.
favorite line in Being There is when the African American maid is looking at Chauncey Gardner walking with all these great politicians and generals, and she goes, and she knows he's a simple-minded fool, and she
Yeah.
goes, if this ain't a white man's world.
That
Hey,
was
who
the
wrote that
dumbest guy
book?
I ever knew.
Jerzy Kosinski,
Jersey, yeah.
Oh, that was Jersey. Okay, he wasn't the
who
same
was
one who wrote
brilliant,
Rosemary's Baby,
in
was it?
Reds. Brilliant in Reds.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody was.
Well,
Wow, ouch.
I
Oh,
hated
The
that
line
movie.
I remember from being there was, "I'll go get Warren."
Yes.
My favorite
When
line
the-
from Reds was Annie Hall goes to Moscow.
I like to watch. Okay.
I like to watch was my favorite line.
Yes.
Melvin Douglas
that
won
was
an
what
Oscar for
preceded
that.
I'll Go Get Warren.
That was in Being There.
Yeah.
I
Well,
knew
who could ever forget Patricia Neal in HUD when she's talking about Paul
Another great
Newman's
movie.
character,
Yeah.
and she says, there's been a couple times I've seen you without your shirt on, and I've been tempted to put down my dish rag, and she just delivers it with such wonderful.
I've never seen that movie.
And the original
Ooh.
character in the book is actually a black woman. And there's a rape scene in that movie, or at least an attempted rape scene. Apparently in the book, it actually is a full-on sexual assault.
So what you're saying is no follow through.
No.
No.
That's why there was
movie.
no HUD 2.
No, well, that Melvin Douglas was dead. And
Return to the planet of HUD.
Too.
HUD 2. You know what? There's still time.
Still
It's-
time.
HUD 2, the Deuce.
HUD 2.
HUD 1,
How
HUD
about-
2,
how
hike.
HUD the musical. That's
There
what
we
we're
go.
waiting for.
Okay.
That's the first
This
one.
is why we're all here tonight. Did anyone see the
Escape from the
trailer?
planet of HUD.
Did anyone see the trailer for Barbie?
No.
Yes.
No.
I saw one of them.
Please avert your eyes. If you love
I
life.
saw your post on it though.
Oh
Ned.
my God.
Well, has the movie?
It looks like a parody. But it's
It is.
not.
I'm not being funny now. It isn't.
Barbie.
Barbie? Oh yeah.
I'm saying it looks like
It's very satirical. I think that there is a lot of satire in there, and
Wow.
that's on purpose. All of the gays are hyped up for it. That's all I can say. Is all
So-
of my
so-
gay friends are
No,
like,
no,
we're
not
gonna
all,
go.
not all the gays. Not.
Wait a minute.
all
Wait a minute.
the
Hold
gays.
on. So, you could say all of the gays, the way a black guy can say all of the blacks. Is that how that works? We can't.
I guess I don't know.
We can't
if
say
you're gay, sure.
Or like Donald Trump said, I get along with the blacks.
Hey, who can
Yeah.
forget Ross Perot's "You People"? Huh?
If
How
you're
about
part
her?
of
There's a
that
black.
group, you can say certain
people.
words, and if
Throw
you're
the
not in that
people.
group, that word.
I think you
I'm
people-
sorry, but I have pride
There,
fatigue.
Hey, yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh,
I was
gosh.
supposed to do a radio show with a ultra conservative African American,
Who?
Armstrong Williams,
I know
yes.
that person. Yeah. He's
Isn't
on
he a
And-
closet case?
and he and I did a show together for a year and a half.
Okay.
Really?
And he turned out to be a very sterling of character. When I got fired, here's what happened: the station was bleeding money, so they
Right.
said, "Well, who's making the most money on the network?" Oh, Sam. All right, Sam's fired. Now who's next? I mean, that's literally what happened. So
That's
then
radio.
they said to Armstrong, "We want you to do the show without Sam." He said, "I'm not doing the show without him."
Attaboy.
Good for
That
him.
was cool. Hell,
And I
that's
said,
cool.
for him.
"Well, he makes money in other stuff, but it was still
Yeah.
a very, very noble move."
He's a syndicated columnist too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And he owns several radio stations in the South, small radio stations.
Oh, nice.
So he said to me, and the biggest laugh I got from him, I thought he was going to choke it, and I didn't think he'd get it. He said, "What do you think we should call the show? Because what the station wants to call it is, it's not always black and white." I said, "No, that's not what we should call it."
No.
He said, "What do you think?" I said, "How about Mr. Matza and the Schwarze?"
Very cool.
And
And you got
he just
fired.
fell out.
That is funny.
And he said, and so he goes to the manager. In some ways, Armstrong, for a guy who's as smart as he is naive in a lot of things. And he said, "I'm going to ask the program director if we." I said, "Don't, just no,
no,
no."
that was
He'll
just
say,
for us.
he'll say no. That's our joke. That's
God
Cosa
damn, that's
Nostra. That's our joke.
Yeah.
He said,
This is
"Oh,
this
what
is
can
our
he do?"
thing.
I said, "Here's what's going to happen if you ask him. He'll say no, and he'll never forget that you asked. So just don't,
Yeah,
for your own
That's
good.
true.
Because
true.
if you ask, I'm then going to tell him it was your idea. I'm going to throw you right under the bus as hard and physically as I can." He goes, "Would you?" I said, "No, dickhead, but no, but just don't. And so,
Well,
about a month later, he goes up to the manager, the program director, and he says, "What do you?" And he did. He asked him, and to my amazement, the program director said, "No, that's no." Instead of, I thought he'd have a heart attack. And so Armstrong said to me, "Why do you think he was so blasé about it?" He said, because I don't think he knows what a schwarze is.
Probably not.
Oh, that's funny.
Probably not.
That's
very funny.
why
I did that.
I said. Now, if you had said Mr. Trigger and see then,
Mhm.
then you'd have a reaction,
No, frozen.
Yeah.
a little something, for the kids.
Mhm.
Uh-oh, Mark and Andy are offline again. I think they're.
Oh, did I
I
take
know.
it up?
I still
know
have
they're-
Mark.
I know what they're doing.
Wait a minute. All I did was reduce the window on my iPad.
No, you're great.
I didn't think I was taking myself offline.
Ned,
you're
did you
there.
watch Did you watch Wimbledon yesterday?
I don't follow tennis at all.
It was I understand, but it was an amazing.
I read
match.
about it. Yeah, I heard it was quite amazing.
20-year-old guy, 20-year-old kid.
Well, didn't the same thing happen with women? Wasn't an unknown woman also victorious?
Unseated.
Unseated. Yeah, that's pretty rare.
That's more amazing.
Yeah.
There was a tennis match one time, 1974, between Jimmy Connors and Manuel Orantes.
Yes.
And
I
I'll never
remember
forget
that.
this. Jimmy Connors was ahead, two sets to love, 5 games to love in the third set, 40 love in the 6th game, and he lost.
Amazing.
Yep.
And during the match, Orantes' leg
This
cramped
is
up,
exciting.
and he couldn't walk.
Jeez.
And Connors jumped over the net and massaged his leg so he could continue to play.
That's incredible.
Well,
So
hey,
did you watch Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King?
Billie Jean
I sure
King,
did.
yeah.
Sure.
That was fun.
Now, I've
that
heard
was
that,
fun.
that Bobby
people
threw that.
People underestimate the impact that had on women's sports.
It was huge.
Oh, big. Well, he had already beaten Margaret Court.
And Mr. Guest.
Yeah.
And she was
Who
pretty good.
turned out to be the right wing. What a woo, man!
Yeah,
She didn't want to play Billie Jean King because Billie Jean King was gay.
Oh,
What?
What, in
Oh
tennis?
yeah, Margaret Court's a huge homophobe.
You're crying out loud.
You're kidding me. What about Martina Navratilova? She was up and coming at that point in time. I mean,
well, I think they
Listen,
probably
if-
passed each other. I mean,
If
Margaret
you got,
Court was a lot of
if you're
women.
scheduled to play her, you got to play her.
yeah, but yeah, I mean,
But
she
she would make it known that she, these women are sinners, and they're
Oh, God.
yeah.
Did you hear that Chrissy Everett and Martina are doing like some kind of traveling show now? Like
Yes,
a lecture tour or something?
yes.
That would be fun. I would go see that.
I would go see that. It's interesting. When Chris Everett married Greg Norman,
Yeah.
Yes.
when they were engaged, Greg Norman's grown children begged him, "Don't marry her. Please don't. You will not. It will not last 2 years. Please, we're begging you." And they were right.
He's a
Based
golfer,
on
right?
What did they have against
They
her?
broke up after a year and a half.
Yeah.
Greg Norman, the
Is it her
golfer?
fault or his fault? Does anybody know?
Well, they said that
I can't hear us.
they had talked. They just thought she was a horror show.
Hmm.
Oh, look at this! Oh, look at
Hey,
this!
Bazooka Joe, how's it going?
Didn't you
Oh, very
hijack a
good.
plane?
Very
Didn't you
good.
hijack a plane I was on?
I just finished Japanese movie. So
Oh no!
what do you talk about you?
Oh
Oh,
my God!
my
Okay,
God.
this isn't offensive
My
at all.
Orange
No.
Ninja.
No. We're not getting canceled for this, are we?
I don't
You know,
think so.
my name is Rice, and I'm offended.
That's
That's what I'm saying to you. How dare you?
Mystery, got it.
Didn't you mean lice?
Oh.
Okay then.
Oh.
All right,
Oh.
going
Oh.
back to fight Godzilla. All right, fine.
So sorry.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
Wow, that was
dear.
raw.
bad.
That was
Yeah.
raw bigotry. I love that.
See, they couldn't tell I was a white guy though.
I've been
30
working on a routine involving Godzilla. I've never quite been able to get it to the stage just yet. It's
Oh,
about
you're working on a
Godzilla.
Godzilla bit, are you?
Well, it's about him just rejecting his role as a monster and deciding to go to New York and work with Grace Jones.
Oh,
although, you know what?
You should look up on Second City TV when John Candy played Godzilla on a talk show. It was incredibly
Oh
funny.
my! Is it better than him playing Divine? Because him playing Divine,
It was better than that. He was on like a talk show, maybe Dick Cavett, and he was like plugging his book. It was so
John-
great.
Do you
John
remember on
Candy-
you remember
John
on Second
Candy was
City
a
when they had
genius
Elvis
that
and
left us far
Costello
too soon.
I don't remember that one. No.
playing Who's on First?
Can't hear us.
They can't hear a word
And
we're
it's supposed
saying.
to be, it's supposed to be
Just
Lou
the rhythms.
Costello and Elvis
Yes.
Presley.
Oh, I don't remember that one. That's funny.
Yeah, they
That's
got these
good.
funny.
No,
they got these funny
I
names.
got in
Man.
trouble with this.
What do you mean? You know what I mean, man? Oh, it was
But
Oh
they
my
couldn't
God.
tell it was me.
My goodness.
So this old lady is standing at 38th and 3rd, and these two Japanese tourists come by, and they go, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Statue of Liberty? You found Pearl Harbor, didn't you, motherfucker?"
My intention was just to, the ninja was an idea. Of
You
just
have
trying-
opened the Pandora's box, my little.
I didn't mean to
friend.
open a Pandora's box. I was just trying to make an allusion towards, the ninja and Godzilla. That was
Well,
basically it.
it's funny you say that.
We used
because-
to do this in Second City, but I understand it's changed now. But
But I turned up the air conditioning, and it's a little nippy here. So
oh man,
God, you guys.
It's just going on. It's not stopping.
Wow.
It's not stopping.
that's not what I intended.
I would
to
take
do.
away your license if you had one.
Oh no! I don't know if I could be.
All right, I will apologize now for bringing up the whole thing. It was not my intention to create
there is no
a whole
you
theory like this.
Don't
so.
ever apologize. Blame someone else, but don't apologize.
Oh,
You know, this
sound
is,
like
this is the
Trump
most
now.
contentious Trump rally I've ever been to.
Well, did Pat Cooper die?
Who?
Yes, he did.
Yes, Pat Cooper
Yes,
died.
Pat Cooper's dead. Yeah.
We were discussing him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We'd gone through some of the best hits, including his apology to Mrs. Sinatra, and
I'm very sorry. Yeah, I never had-
yeah,
No, right in his mouth. Right in his mouth.
That
that's,
guy was funny.
Well, my
Ah.
favorite was with Jackie Mason when he was making fun of Sinatra when he married Mia Farrow.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
said, "Can't you see them getting ready for bed?" He undoes his wig, takes off his wig. She undoes her braids. She smokes a joint. He drinks a shot, and then he's in a car. This is Mason with a waitress, and rap on the window. He rolls down the window, boom, right in the face. Mr. Sinatra doesn't appreciate this. Well, Mason was a hardhead, so a little later, 2 weeks later, he says, if I go to bed with a boy. Because if you remember at the time, she had a Gaiman elfin look about her.
yes,
He
yes.
says, if I go to bed with a boy, I get arrested. Sinatra marries Farrow, nothing.
Oh.
That night, a shot was fired into his suite.
Wow.
And then the
Ah.
phone rings, and the voice says, "You notice we missed."
No shit.
Well,
Yeah, those are the good old days.
Oh yeah.
That's-
the good old
I
days.
love when Joan Rivers says, Vegas hasn't been the same since the mob stopped killing people and burying them in the desert. No,
That's true.
since the industry took it over. The thing about her was she had no concept of what that meant. She had no
Well-
concept of what that was about. None.
Why do you say that?
Because there were things going on where she didn't realize. In other words, if she did a joke that somebody didn't like, she wouldn't work that week.
58.
I see it.
She wouldn't do what?
Work that week. If some mobster didn't like a joke she told, we're letting you go. We're letting you go.
yeah, she wouldn't get the
Why,
shit
why would
kicked
you
out
say
of
she
her.
didn't understand? She must have
Because
understood.
Joan was like, show up, get paid, leave. And
Yeah.
as long as they paid her, and I understand this, as
Right.
long as they paid her, she was fine, I hear
Uh-oh.
music, but there's no
Uh-oh.
one there.
Uh-oh.
Well, that
Oh,
was
no.
Freezer bear.
That was me. I'm trying to gently get us out at an hour.
Yes.
You guys can all hang around afterwards. We can chat after I take down the live part of the show. But I do want to say goodbye to our viewer.
Yeah.
Okay, you back?
I mean, we had 3
There.
viewers at one
It
time.
said 0, and then suddenly it said 1 again. So we lost a viewer. I don't know if it's a game back or if we have somebody who's happy to just see us end the show.
I'm very sorry about what I was trying to make humor, but I realize I'm an old man, so I will never do it again. Okay.
Have
You're
you started
okay,
collecting
Andy.
Social Security yet?
Not yet.
What the fuck?
You
You
could.
there?
I am there.
Anyway, so this has been the off night. It's a bunch of old comics and Lisa every Monday night.
And Lisa judging us forever.
Judging us, and
I said nothing.
We
I
need
said
No,
you.
you
Lisa,
didn't have to.
Lisa, we need you. Thank you for joining
But
us.
we love you being here.
We need you. We need you. But anyway,
Yeah.
hang around after we go
I
off
didn't say that, but
and
we
we'll
do want
chat a little bit about this show and the coming show. Thank you very much, everybody else. See you next week. 8 o'clock. Here, we're on a meeting. Oh, I need all you guys. Good night, everybody.
good night.